लाइव है अभी।
लाइव स्टार्ट कर दिया आपने स्ट्रीम?
फिर मैं नीचे जा रहा हूँ लाइव करके ना स्टार्ट इसको। अभी ये लाइव पे है। अभी इन करना शुरू कर दो।
प्रॉब्लम है मुझे। अब लाइव स्टार्ट कर दिया।
माइक का ध्यान रखना। करने ही सारा
शेयर पहले कर दूँ फिर उसके बाद इन करूँ?
करना था वो आपकी इच्छा है। मैं नीचे जा रहा हूँ, ठीक है। आवाज़ देखनी है, प्ले करो।
ये हमारे बोली पहले इन कहाँ से होंगे?
ये फिर वो आएगी अलग से। ये बीच बीच में आते रहेंगे, तभी बोल रहा हूँ आप करो उनको।
पहले इन करो।
पहले इन कर लो सबको, या फिर प्ले कर लो उसको, तो फिर आपको अलग से मिल जाएगा नोटिफिकेशन।
ये आगे सारी है।
हाँ ये आगे मैंने इधर से कर दिया। बाकी वाले आपको भेजा करके आपको।
नाम विजिबल है पीछे स्क्रीन पर के पास।
अभी कर दिया प्रीति को?
कहते कुछ इंटरनेट इशू आ रहा है, मैं 2 मिनट में ज्वाइन कर रही हूँ।
इंटरनेट इशू आ रहा है, मैं 2 मिनट Aditi ma'am, hello.
Okay. Sorry? Okay. Yes. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay. Ma'am, have you entered Miss Aditi? Let her enter. Okay. No, I was just asking.
No, she's not.
She's not. She's not. She's in match one, na?
लॉगिन
Karen will let you know when you something. Join है ना वो?
नहीं है ना
नहीं है तो वो आ रहा होगा शायद उनको मैसेज की
लॉगिन
लॉग हाँ
मैम अभी आप स्टॉप लेते हो, आप एक बार
श्रुति मैम आप एक बार कॉल करो देती
एक
हैं
मिनट।
A very
A very warm
afternoon
afternoon to everyone.
Team
Team
APS
APS
Akhnoor
Akhnoor
and
and
Team
Team
APS
APS
Kanpur
Kanpur
kindly
kindly
acknowledge
acknowledge
and
and
switch
switch
on
on
their
their
cameras.
cameras. Ma'am, just give us 5 minutes.
Okay.
We will join soon.
Sure. We are waiting for a third.
wait.
We are
We
waiting
are
for
waiting for
a
a
third
third
judge,
judge,
Miss
Miss
Aditi
Aditi
Mathur.
Mathur.
She'll be
She'll
joining
be
in
joining
soon.
in soon.
अभी अपन वो कैमरा चल रहा है।
पर प्रॉब्लम क्या आ रही है उनको शायद आप हैंडल कर पाए
नीचे जो साइज भी है कंफर्टेबल करते हैं, एग्जैक्ट सॉल्यूशन दे देते हैं।
श्रुति मैम तक वीडियो और
I would like to tell that Miss Aditi is trying to join on the same link, but she is not being admitted. Please do check.
जसपाल सर लैपटॉप हैंग हो गया।
Since our third judge, Ms. Aditi Mathur, has joined, we'll be starting with this match. APS Aknoor and APS Kanpur. APS Aknoor and APS Kanpur to acknowledge. APS Kanpur, we are waiting for you.
Ma'am, due to some technical glitch, we will require a few more minutes. We are soon joining.
Right, ma'am. We are extremely sorry, judges, to keep you waiting.
चेयर ले लो बेटा, ये टेक दी चेयर्स, कम ऑन, चल चल।
इसको थोड़ा साइड लगा करो मैं टोपी वाला तो ये वही आवाज़ बंद करना 25 पे है, थोड़ी सी सुनाई हो गया। शूटिंग में स्पॉटलाइट करो। किसका वेट हो रहा है? वेट किसका हो रहा है? तब तक लगा दो कुछ लूप वाली वीडियो चला दूँगा। नहीं पहले वीडियो ऑन करो। श्रुति मैम पहले वीडियो ओपन करो। कैमरा ऑन करो। कैमरा बंद कर दो। ये ऑडियो ऑडियो इधर होगा ये अभी उठना तुम तो पागल है घूमने लगेगा कभी इधर अभी कर लेना मैं बता लेना मेरे को किससे
मानो बेटा तब हो जाती उससे कंप्यूटर पे लगता है स्पेस
माइक नहीं ले रहा हूँ अभी सारा कुछ चेक करके गया थोड़ी देर पहले सुबह मॉर्निंग में ऐसा सारा चेक किया अभी ऑन किया माइक नहीं कर रहा उसके चक्कर में मारा एक सीपीयू और है वो थोड़ा स्लो है वो लोग कल के लिए
चार्ज पे लगा है
हाँ पता लगे ये लगे बुला लेना
Good afternoon, everyone.
So let's
So
start
let's
for the
start
day.
for the day.
Good morning, ma'am. I'm ready.
Okay, we are
Okay,
good
we
to
are
go.
good to go.
The
The
ultimate
ultimate
victory
victory
in
in
a
a
competition is
competition is
derived
derived
from
from
the
the
inner
inner
satisfaction
satisfaction
of
of
knowing
knowing
that you have done your
best
best
and
and that
that
you
you
have
have
gotten
gotten
the
the
most
most
out
out
of
of
what
what
you
you
have
had
to
to
give.
give.
Good morning,
Good
good
morning, good
afternoon,
afternoon,
respective
respective
judges,
judges, talented
the
participants,
worthy
the
teacher
worthy
in
teacher in
charges, and the
charges, and
lovely
the lovely
spectators.
spectators.
I,
I,
Mansi Shankar
Mansi Shankar
Arora, take
Arora,
this
take this
opportunity on
opportunity on
behalf of the
behalf of the
Secretary of the
Secretary of
Event,
the event,
Dr. Jyoti
Dr. Jyoti
Badiyal,
Badiyal,
Principal,
Principal,
APS Dhar
APS
Road,
Dhar
to
Road,
welcome
to
you
welcome
all
you all once
into this
again to this
grand
grand
event,
event,
that
that is
is Ethics Bowl
Ethics Bowl
2023.
2023.
Ethics
Ethics
Bowl is
Bowl
an
is an
activity that
activity that
combines
combines
the
the
excitement of the
excitement of the
competitive
competitive
tournament with
tournament with the
valuable
valuable
education
education
experience for the
experience
high
for the
school
high school
students.
students.
Created in
Created in
1993 at
1993
the
at the
Illinois
Illinois
Institute of
Institute of
Technology,
Technology,
the Ethics
the
Bowl
Ethics
has
Bowl
grown
has grown
steadily over the
steadily over the
years.
years.
For the further
For the further
development of the
development of the
concept and
concept
to
and to
bestow the
bestow the
benefits
benefits
of Ethics
of
Bowl
Ethics Bowl
amongst the
amongst the
students of
students
Northern
of Northern
Command,
Command,
APSS,
APSS,
Mrs.
Mrs.
Sunita
Sunita
Dwivedi,
Dwivedi,
Regional
Regional
President,
President,
AWWA Northern
AWWA Northern
Command, took the
Command, took the
initiative
initiative
to
to
become
become
the
the
torch
torchbearer
bearer
for
for
Northern
Northern
Command
Command
Inter
inter-APSS
APS's
Ethics Bowl
Ethics Bowl
2023.
2023.
I'm
I'm
sure
sure
you all
you
must be
all must
writing
be
with
writing with
anticipation
anticipation
already.
already.
So, to
So,
start
to
off,
start off,
I would like
I
to
would
take
like
this
to take this
opportunity to
opportunity
apprise
to apprise
everyone
everyone that our judges
are
are
extremely
extremely
talented
talented and have vast
in
experiences
the
in the
domain of
domain of
education.
education.
First, we
First, we
have
have
Mrs. Jaya
Mrs. Jaya
Agarwal.
Agrawal. Mrs. Jaya Agrawal is MPhil B.Ed. Her dissertation topic was Socio-Economic Development and Public Works Department, case study of Meerut district, under the supervision of Dr. Archana Sharma, HOD Political Science Institute of Advanced Studies, CCS University, Meerut, who is the holder of Commonwealth Staff Scholarship. Mrs. Agrawal has done management and personality development course, early childhood care and education course, junior program for activity-based studies, workshops on IIMUN, Microsoft 365, NEP 2020. She has junior diploma in Kathak from Saket Sangeet Samiti Prayagraj. She was a university level badminton player who participated in different competitions and sports events. She kept writing articles for school magazine, fashion magazine, and letter to the editor. She was a member of Indian Institute of Public Administration, New Delhi. Presently, she is the member of Har Ghar Dhyan, one of the project of Art of Living and Ministry of Culture. Mrs. Agrawal has more than 27 years of teaching experience. She started her career with Rashtriya Indian Military College, Dehradun. Then she got married and worked in different schools all over India at different levels. She was a member of management team for Army Goodwill School, Corona, and was a chairperson school's Northern Command. Under her guidance of regional president AWWA Northern Command, she started a human library where experts of different fields used to motivate students. With the support of AWWA Northern Command and the host school APS Dharo, she conducted Ethics Board Northern Command 2021 and 2022. We welcome you on board, ma'am. Ma'am, would you like us would you like to say something to our participants?
Right. You are the best. Only you have to see when to speak, what to speak. That's all.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, we have Mrs. Himani Arora. Himani Arora is an academic evangelist, founder of Nirmuktam Foundation, managing director, Project Swabhiman. With the experience of 15 years in the field of primary and primary school education, she is working for the Women Empowerment Project under the banner of Project Swabhiman, so that the women of the middle class society can be financially independent and handhold other women to be financially and emotionally enabled to support themselves, their family, and community. Work with profound school managements like State Anandra Jaipuria, Vanaspati Public School, Children's Academy Ghaziabad. She is now into the women-centric project with the Leaders Group of Schools as Director Communication and Training. She has received many accolades, which includes 2020 Women Leaders Award Under 40, Excellence Award for Women Leaders, Inclusive Education by Embassy of Czech Republic, recommended by CD Foundation, Women's Excellence Award 2020, Global Triumph Foundation, International Women's Leader Award 2021, Global Triumph Foundation, Most Promising Women Leader Award 2021 CSR by Crazy Tales, COVID-19 Warrior Award 21, Karma Foundation, Nari Shakti Award 2021, Nari Shakti Ek Pehel Foundation, Best Woman Leader 2022, Global Triumph Foundation, Global Leaders Excellence Award 2022, Aesthetics International. We welcome you on board, ma'am. Would you like to say something to our participants? Ma'am, you are on mute. No, ma'am, you're not audible. Next, we have Miss Aditi Mathur Kumar. Mrs. Aditi Mathur Kumar is an army wife and the author of the bestseller book Soldier and Spice, An Army Wife's Life, and more. Professionally, she's a brand strategist and works in the field of advertising. Her next book is an empowering story of Veer Naris for Widows and is set to be published on Independence Day 2023. We welcome you on board, ma'am. Would you like to say something to our participants?
Thank you so much. I think my voice is echoing, but looking forward to another year of ethics bowl and some great students. Students are, a reflection of the society. So thank you, everyone, and thank you, Mrs. Agarwal, so much for having me on board again. Looking forward to today.
Thank you, ma'am. As you know, that today match is going to take place between Army Public School Kanpur and Army Public School Akhnoor. Now, I request the participants from both the schools to introduce themselves one by one, starting from the orators from APS Akhnoor.
So, my name is Anand Malhotra. We are the team of Ethics World 2020.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Niharika, and I'm from 10th standard. And I'm one of the speakers for.
Morning, everyone. My name is Rahini Bandrai. I'm also in 10th standard, and I'm also a speaker for Ethics Board.
Morning everyone, I'm Aril Bhaiya. I'm also from 10th standard and we look forward to this competition.
Good morning everyone, I'm Devan Tripathi, class 10th. I'm looking a great match.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Naveen Rangrat of class 12 as the director of this team.
Welcome on board APS Akhnoor. Now, we have orators from APS Kanpur.
A very good afternoon. My name is Santosh and I'm in 11th and I'm one of the speakers of APS Kanpur.
Very good afternoon to everyone. I'm Rose of class 10.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Siddharth Nath of class 10th and I'm the speaker for APS. Very good afternoon to everyone. I am Navini and I am speaking for APS.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Sandra Sarajit. I am a researcher for APS.
Good afternoon. My name is Subodh and I'm as a researcher for this case.
APS Kanpur, you are requested to check your internet as your video is blurred and your voice is also cracking.
Yes, I will check.
Thank you so much. Success is a result of perfection, hard work, loyalty, and persistence. With these four ingredients in you, you surely will put up a great show. I wish best of luck to each one of you. We all are looking forward to witness an interactive and vivacious discussions from both the teams. The presenter and the responder teams will be chosen through draw of lot. The name of both teams are written on the slips on the bowl. Now, I'll be choosing one slip. And here we have our team A or the presenter team, which is APS Kanpur. Team B or the responder team is APS Akhnoor. Albert Einstein once quoted, "You have to learn the rules of the game and then you have to play better than anyone else." With this notion in mind, let us move ahead. Through the course, though, the course of action for the matches was already sent to the participating schools through general instructions and guidelines, but I'll just reiterate the rules in case of any doubt. Rules. First, each team will be given 10 minutes to present, including answering the ethical question put up by the moderator at the end of the case study. A reminder bell will be given after 8 minutes, and the final bell will be given after 10 minutes to sum up the case. After that, 1 mark will be deducted for every minute excluding the time limit. The other team will be given 2 minutes to confer and 5 minutes to comment. The other team is also required to ask a maximum of 2 questions to the presenter team post their commentary. The presenter will be given 2 minutes to confer and come back with their answers. No cross-questioning by the other team is allowed. The presenter team is required to answer the question put up by the other team within 5 minutes. The team can decide whether all the members will speak or only one member will speak. A reminder bell will be given after 5 minutes. After this, the judges will ask one question each. They are allowed to cross question the presenter team members. The presenter team will get 2 minutes to confer and get back with their answers. There will be 15 minutes break before the next team present its case. Once the next team starts, the same format as the one mentioned above will be repeated. The moderator closes the event by finally announcing the score for both the teams and declaring the winner. Now, moving ahead. The key to holding a logical argument or to debate is to allow oneself to understand the other person's argument, no matter how divergent their views may seem. Team A, APS Kanpur, be ready. I'm going to read your case study now. The title of your case study is Child Abuse. Child abuse is doing something or failing to do something that results in harm to a child, put a child at risk of harm. Child abuse can be physical, sexual, or emotional. Neglect or not providing for a child's needs is also a form of abuse. One of the biggest social stigma attached to a society is that of a child abuse. A child can be abused physically, sexually, or mentally. It can be in form of injury, neglect, or negligent treatment, blaming, forced sexual stimulation and activity, insect exploitation, and sexual abuse. Child abuse can take place in homes, schools, orphanages, residential care facilities, on the streets, in the workplaces, in prisons, and in places of detention. Violence in any form has a very deep impact on the overall development of the child. Child abuse results in actual or potential harm to the child's health, survival, development, and dignity. According to the National Crime Record Bureau, 109 children in India face some form of child abuse every day. The same records show a sharp rise in crimes against children on a yearly basis. A teacher in Rajasthan Churu trashed his students to death for not completing his homework. A private school teacher was arrested for allegedly beating a class 7 student to death for not completing his homework. This incident took place in Salasar village of Churu district in Rajasthan. The teacher, identified as Manoj Kumar, allegedly thrashed the 13-year-old boy with sticks after it was found that the latter did not complete his homework. Salasar SHO Sandeep Bishnoi said one Om Prakash, a resident of Polasar, told police that his son was a student of class 7 in a private school. He said that in the past 15 days, the boy had complained around 4 to 5 times that his teacher was beating him for no reason. Manoj told Om Prakash that the boy did not complete his homework and that's why he was beaten up, following which he fell unconscious. Om Prakash, who was working on the field at that time, asked Manoj if he had killed the child. In his reply, the teacher said that the boy was indeed pretending to be dead. After some time, when Om Prakash reached the school, he found that his wife was already present there and that all the students were terrified. Other students said that Manoj mercilessly thrashed the boy, pinned him down, and hit him with fists and feet. The boy was then taken to a nearby private hospital where he was declared dead by the doctors. SHO Sandeep Bishnoi said that Om Prakash, the father of the deceased, registered a case against teacher Manoj Kumar under Section 302. The accused teacher was arrested soon after the case filed, he said. That was the case for Team A. Now, Team A, my question to you is, should teachers enforce discipline in children, including fear of thrashing, since it will be good for the children in the long run?
APS Kanpur.
For presentation.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for case.
Your 10 minutes to converse starts now.
Children are the world's most valuable resource and its best hope for the future. These wise words of John F. Kennedy truly speak out the essence of a child. A very good morning to the respected jury, the moderator, and my worthy opponents. Thank you, respected organizers, for giving us this opportunity to present our presentation. Children are the heart of the world. Wherever they go, they spread happiness and joy all around them. A child can bring happiness into the life of even a sad person. The aspirations of a child have no bounds. The way in which they frame their ideas to fulfill their dreams are a sight to behold. It is the duty of every parent to make their child free and not bind them due to any reason, taboo, or anything else of sorts. If such an action happens, then the child can't live up to their dreams. It is natural for a parent to scold their child as they are bound to make mistakes. But this doesn't mean that the guardian can act towards the child in such a manner which might affect the child's young and tender life.
Abuse is never deserved. It is an exploitation of innocence and physical disadvantage, which is perceived as an opportunity by the abuser. Abuse manipulates and twists a child's natural sense of trust and love, and their innocent feelings are belittled. Words coming from one's mouth end up in another's ear, but some words reach the heart, causing a wound which might never heal. We, as a matter of truth, are formed by our traumas that happen to us. But our trauma is not us. Our trauma does not define us. We are much more than our trauma. We are not what happened to us, but what we chose to be. Child abuse of any sort is immoral and unethical. A history of child abuse is attached to problems, mental health problems like depression, anxiety-related disorders, ADHD, etc. in adolescents. A child possesses the purest soul, which is filled with innocence and simplicity. Everything appears fresh and bright to a young soul, newly born with a clean slate. A child must be shown affection, warmth, and tenderness, and must neither be abused nor be treated harshly, as they start believing things because they have been conditioned to do so. Children make a very important part of the society, and their well-being and their mental health is a matter of concern. They are the future of our growth, and we must do everything to protect them and to help them develop into healthy individuals with a healthy mindset and a good heart.
Thank you, ma'am. As per the NCRB data in 2020, 28.9% of the total child population faced some kind of abuse against them, but only 65.6% of total abuse committed were reported. These statistics clearly show how big of a problem child abuse is. To understand the case in a better way, we should understand what child abuse exactly is. Any form of maltreatment by an adult which is violent or threatening for a child is child abuse. This also includes neglect. When child abuse occurs in home and the abuser is, for example, the child's parents or caregiver, this is violence. Child abuse is not just physical violence directed at the child. It may be psychological. Any kind of child labor is also child abuse. The government has taken many steps to reduce child abuse. Many rules and laws have been published which are against child abuse, and some laws stated are the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights. National Commission for Protection of Child Rights has been incorporated under the Ministry of Women and Child Development by the central government. to regulate the laws and programs with a child-centric approach. The Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act 2012, the Juvenile Justice Care and Protection of Children Act 2015, which is a legislation in India that deals with the treatment of underage offenders. Other than government, there are many social activists who have taken steps against such crimes. The perfect example is of Kailash Satyarthi, a social activist who has taken steps against such crimes by launching the Bachpan Bachao Andolon. Children are also being informed and educated about their safety and well-being by awareness campaigns. At the end of most NCRT textbook, we see a page which informs children about the child helpline 1098. At last, I would like to quote Kailash Satyarthi, who said, "The power of the youth is a commonwealth for the entire world. The faces of young people are the faces of our past, our present, and our future. No segment in the society can match with the power, idealism, enthusiasm, and courage of the young people."
Thank you, Siddharth. Child abuse is a serious issue that requires immediate attention and action. It is essential for individuals, communities, and government to work together to prevent child abuse, protect children from harm, and hold perpetrators accountable for their actions. We must create a safe and nurturing environment for children to thrive in and ensure that their rights are always protected. Child abuse in any form is unacceptable and has a deep impact on the overall development of the child. It is important for all stakeholders to ensure the safety and well-being of children. This includes creating a safe environment for them to live and learn in, as well as providing them with necessary support and care. In conclusion, the tragic incident of physical abuse that occurred in a school in India highlights the devastating impact of child abuse on children's lives. It is essential to raise awareness about the issue of child abuse and take proactive measures to prevent it. All the stakeholders must work together to create a safe environment for children. And institutions that work with children should have policies and procedures in place to ensure their safety and well-being. Ultimately, protecting children from harm and ensuring their rights are protected is a collective responsibility that requires the concerted efforts of individuals, communities, and government. Now, I would like to end our presentation by quoting Nelson Mandela. The true character of a society is revealed in how it treats its children. Thank you. Now I rest my case. Now, answer to the moderator's first question. No, I don't think so. Teachers should impose discipline on children, including the fear of crashing, as it may have a deep impact on the overall development of the child. It may trigger some harmful psychological and physiological responses, which may create neural pathways, which may lead to commit suicide. A state in which they are filled with fear, anger, or guilt. Now, to continue the answer, I would like my fellow teammates to continue.
Like we stated in our presentation, the mind of the youth is very tender. It molds itself in how we mold it. So we should make sure that no corporal or physical punishment should be given to a child, as it may set a sense of fear in their mind, and it may also cause the child to take actions in a very different way. What we can do instead of physical or corporal punishment is take something that they love, take something that is beloved to them, so that they start behaving themselves, forgetting the thing back. We should make sure that no corporal punishment is given to the children, so that the society grows up to, the children grow up to be good citizens for the society. Thank you.
Very well articulated, Team A. That was very wonderful deliberation of thoughts, I must say. And I'm very sure the judges will also agree with me. Team B, now you have 2 minutes to confer, after which you will present your summary and you will also pose maximum of 2 questions to Team A. And your time to confer starts now.
2 minutes remaining.
मेरे फोन से कर डिस्कशन की थी नॉट टेबल इधर मैं चल रहा हूँ
वन स्क्रीन चल रहा है।
हाँ
वन स्क्रीन टाइमिंग चल रहा है।
हाँ टाइम से चल रहा है
Time's up. Congratulations. Please like and subscribe.
Team B, your time is up. Please be ready to present your comments and pose your questions to Team A. You will be given total of 5 minutes to do so, and your time starts now.
Our team is really pleased to say that our opinions and your opinions match very well. You guys did a great job. I have to admit to that. You guys covered all of the topics. You did an amazing presentation, and we totally agree with your points. We would like to further elaborate it. Most cases of child abuse are justified as acts of care and caring about the child's well being by the parents and the teachers. Hitting a child is never justifiable. They hit a child so that the child can learn a lesson in order to discipline that child. Tell me exactly what kind of a teaching will a child get if they're being hit by a teacher, a parent who they trust so deeply, who they're connected to so emotionally and deeply. What about the mental and emotional well-being of that child? Studies have shown that children who have been victims of child abuse grow up to be very sensitive and are most likely the victims of depression, PTSD, and other mental illnesses that can cause a stain on their adulthood life and can be a traumatic experience for them. All a child ever wants is for someone to care for them, to give them validation that they are loved and considered. Parents and teachers should never hit a child. An innocent child has done nothing wrong. It's their innocence. They should resort to methods like talking to that child or connecting to that child emotionally in order to talk about things like these to them. As a child myself, I can assure you that all I ever want is for an adult to tell me that it'll be alright. I don't want a scolding. I want someone I can trust. Scolding in some cases is fine, is justified, people, but that totally depends on the nature of the child and the upbringing of the parent. As in the case, the child was hit just because he did not complete his homework on time. And not just hit, the child was beaten to death. Was not completing his homework that big of a sin that that innocent soul, that innocent child had to lose his life, that promising future he had, that long life he had ahead of him? Was it really all worth it? Was hitting an innocent child worth it that that child lost everything? That is our point of view on this case study. I would like to present my first question. That back in 2015 in Delhi, a 19-year-old boy gang raped by women, beaten up brutally. Since he is the age older than the age recognized as a child, POCSO Act has not helped him with the situation. And my dear friends, Indian rape laws doesn't consider male as a victim. Don't think that this case deserves to be considered as a child abuse and given justice.
Well, our second question is that, well, as we know that in today's time, children are provided all the required freedom. But can't this freedom bite them back? What if they get into bad company, or they can also be prey to peer bullying? Should this be considered child abuse, as this is also harming the child?
Thank you, Team B, for your wonderful comment. The persons are very nice and it will really make us think. Thank you for the comment.
Those were very valid and thoughtful points brought to you by Team APS Aknoor. Now, Team A, APS Kanpur, you have 2 minutes to prepare your answers and your time starts now.
It's up to them. अगर उनको बोलना है कि वो तैयार नहीं है तो वो बोल सकते हैं. आपको सोचा है उनका क्वेश्चन? मुझे सोचा हम मेरे को जो नहीं बोलते ना उनके लिए that can bounce back. अगर उनको ऐसा freedom मिलती है तो bounce back from that as well.
Congratulations. Please like and subscribe. Ma'am, we are ready to answer. Shall we begin?
Yes, you have 5 minutes to present your answer and your time starts now.
Thank you. Okay. Now, answer to the first question of Team B. There are the children, the women who beaten the children, the boy or any child. There are government provisions in the constitution that if a person beats a child, he will be violating Section 50 of the Juvenile Justice Act of 2000, which clearly states that any person who beats a child may be liable to pay a fine of rupees 50 to 60,000 and may end up in jail for a term up to 2 years. This may create a spark, like inside the child. He may be filled with anger, guilt, and aggression. This has a deep impact on the overall development of the child. And as we all know, we, the children, are the future of our country. Now, I would like Anirudh to continue the answer.
The laws stated by my fellow teammate Ashar are valid for everyone, irrespective of whatever the situation they are, their gender, socio-economic status, etc. This is a widespread concern which has been accepted throughout the nation. So it is applicable for all. You can't segregate between woman and man based on law or based on any societal belief, as the laws are always valid for everyone. So you should not segregate and give more importance to women than men, as both of them may face the same dilemma, the same distressing situation. the same emotions, and the same effects of the child abuse in future.
Thank you.
Answering to the second question, yes, freedom is very important for a child. Freedom plays a crucial role in the life of a child, but at the same time, children should not take advantage of the freedom given to them, especially by getting into bad company. The question here should be, why are the students or the children getting into bad company? This clearly states, points towards the upbringing of the children. Everyone knows that the house is the first school, and so it is the responsibility of the parents to teach the children about about behaviors, whom to talk with, and how they should adjust to the whole social conditions in the country. And therefore, this will lead to them being being a very civilized and a good citizen towards the country.
Now to end the answer, I would like to quote by the saying of the white man that says, "Spare the rod, spoil the child." Thank you.
Thank you, APS Kanpur. I must say, all of you really excelled in creativity and self-expression. Now, moving on, it's time for the judges to ask the questions. May I request our first judge, Ms. Jaya Agrawal, to pose her question to APS Kanpur. Ma'am?
Yes, children, you have spoken all the aspects of the case. But being a judge, I have to test you more. So my question is, you must have heard the story when you were a child, the rabbit and the lion, isn't it? Where the little rabbit thinks of an idea how to save his skin from the lion and the complete community. Now my question is, was the child lacking the presence of mind, the common sense which is not common? And what about the role of the other classmates who were present there? Because it was not a planned thing by the teacher. It was in the spur of the moment, the teacher did this, kept thrashing the child. Kept thrashing, not in one go. He kept thrashing, there was a time. Think of it and give me the answer.
Thank you, ma'am, for your question. We would like 2 minutes to confer and we'll get back to you very shortly.
Yes, APS Kanpur, your 2 minutes to confer starts now.
2 minutes remaining.
Answer. Confirm me answer.
उसका तो time नहीं है because the cross
One minute remaining. Time's up. Congratulations. Please like
Thank you, Julie, for the wonderful question. It really made us think a lot. And thank you for giving the example of the story that you gave. It was one of my favorite stories personally growing up. Now, Anirudh would like to answer the question.
As it is stated in the presentation, children are the best hope for the world's future. We can't underestimate the presence of mind in the child and the grace in which they can shape up their dreams and aspirations to provide service to everyone. A child can never be underestimated. We have been seeing many children, including in our country, such as we have been seeing the young president and masters at the tender age of 16 and 17. So this clearly shows that the child may have enough mind and it can become a prodigy in comparison to many others who have not achieved this in their whole lifetime. Now, answering the second part of the question, I would like my Siddharth to grant a chance.
Thank you, Anirudh. So, as per me, as classmates, we should try to help our fellow mates in all possible ways. But as teachers, as students, we have a very kind of feeling which is very respectful for the teachers, which prevents us from taking certain actions at certain points of time. And me personally, if I was a classmate of a child who's getting physically abused, I would not intervene because I would always have the fear of the teacher doing the same to me. And so I feel what the teacher is doing is not the best way to deal with children. They should try other methods, like I said in my presentation, which would be even better for the student as well as the teacher. Thank you.
Children, you gave good answers, but my question is, at that moment, like the child, that boy should have said, when he felt that things are going beyond, the situation is not comfortable now, too bad now, he should have said, sir, sorry. And in India, to pair chuke maafi mang lu, isn't it a good idea? Or sir, the worst way he could have escaped from the class, he came outside of the class. And other children would have said, sir, please, we'll make him a point that next time he doesn't. Isn't it? Something like that, the action in front of that moment being taken. And if yes, how to promote this thing in children so that they use their brain at a situation when the situation comes. Rules can be formed, so many things can be formed. But when the situation comes, at that time, what decision you take is the biggest thing. The teacher is mad. He's gone out of his control. He is just hitting the child madly. So how to stop that person who is now crossed the limit? That is my question. And how to develop this in the children?
Thank you, ma'am. What you said is totally correct. The course of action the child may take is that they ask forgiveness from the teacher. It is totally correct. Now, coming back to your second part of your first question. Children are sent to school. At first, it may be for knowledge, but it also develops social skills. Why do we wear the same uniform? It is because a child, irrespective of its family background, comes to the same place and interacts with the children as if they are interacting with themselves. In such a way, it inculcates a science of friendliness between the students, and with this, a student might be facing a lot of challenges, may be helped by his fellow mates, as they have inculcated the friendly friendship values between them. With this, also what happens is that for every child is equal for the teacher. So the teacher may not have special affection towards a child. So when a child is usually abused, then the other children have their duty in helping their friend as well as helping the future of the patient.
The anger that was spontaneous by the teacher is something at the heat of the moment. But when parents send their children to the school, it is with all the trust that they have on the school they send their children. And they don't expect the teachers to do something like this to the students. And therefore, the teachers should be aware of how to treat their children. and should know about the legal laws that can spoil their lives unnecessarily just because of thrashing a child. Any case of child abuse will generally lead to imprisonment, which can also lead up to a term of 12 years. And so this fear should always be there in the mind of the teacher so that they don't take wrong actions.
And now, for creating general awareness, schools should run programs and do workshops and tell the children what are their rights and how can they report them. The teacher is the second mother to us, and she does everything for the betterment of us, and she wants the best of us from us. And corporal punishment or child abuse is specially banned in institutions, daycare institution, and child care centers, just to have a good and secure environment for the children. Thank you.
Thank you, children. Well done. Thank you very much. Second judge.
Thank you, ma'am, for your thought-provoking question, and thank you, APS Kanpur, for such an insightful answer. Moving ahead, may I request our second judge, Ms. Himangi Arora, to ask her question to APS Kanpur.
So if I say, am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay. So, kids, this was a wonderful presentation from APS Kanpur, and the counter that APS Aknool marked was tremendously beautiful. Now, what I am looking forward to, an extension to what Mrs. Rhea Agrawal asked. What characteristics are you looking forward to as a solution in you as kids or children, as teenagers? Because if you see your case study, the child is a 13-year-old boy. Okay, so there are certain milestones in everybody's life, like there is a time when you listen to your parents blindly, then there is a time when there is a mutual understanding, and then a lot many times parents listen to the children. So there is a certain characteristic that need to be built in duration of time, looking at different people around you, not just the mentioned teachers. An educator is always an educator only if he or she can deliver education. And trust me, there is a wide difference between literacy and education. So I would look forward to your understanding of the characteristics you need to build as teenagers so that the correct measures and actions can be taken in the situation that has happened or might have been happening across the globe.
Yes. One question after answering in 2 minutes.
Yes, your time for conference starts now.
Remaining.
पिछली बार कितनी ठंड थी, उसी समय हीटर आया था।
विंटर वेकेशन पड़ी उनको।
मैं भी वही कह रही थी JNK में आया तो पता चला
ग्रीष्मकालीन वो मिला हमें गृह कार्य, उसको शीतकालीन गृह कार्य कर दिया उन्होंने। विंटर वेकेशन भी पाए गए।
आपकी साड़ी देखी याद है मुझे, प्रेस पे करने का वो भूल ही गया, मैंने वॉश की थी लेटेस्ट।
One minute remaining.
पहले से होपफुल थे कि शायद से नेक्स्ट साल के साथ में छुट्टी होगी, अभी तो फिलहाल
सैटरडे को पहले नहीं, सेकंड सैटरडे। यार मुझे पता छुट्टी है।
जब छुट्टी आती है उस दिन जब मेरा साइन किया like and subscribe हो गया
जब तक बंद कर देना ना
चलो ओके
Time's up. Congratulations. Please like and subscribe.
Thank you, respected jury, for giving such a wonderful question and allowing us to inculcate a sense of common sense into our minds. Now, to answer your question, the characteristics which adolescents should develop are as follows. At first, the adolescent should, since that the child is maturity, to inculcate a sense of awareness around people between people. What are the main things which have been happening? What are the different laws or what are the different current affairs and news which have been emerging between people so that he may know what is good for them and what can be beneficial in further life. Secondly, self-awareness. The adolescent should be aware of his strengths, weaknesses, and the different and what are the different emotions in which he can manage his day-to-day life. If this is done, then he might not be perpetuated during different challenges such as the one given in the case, or we can even say the stress of academic stress, or even stress due to parents, stress from social media, internet, etc. Now, to add on more points, I would request Nandini to continue. Ma'am, as you already stated in your question, there are different stages which a child has while growing up. The stage where we listen to our parents, where we are innocent. We do not know what is right and wrong, and we believe things that are being told to us. And then there is the stage, which is the adolescent stage, where we think that we understand everything and we think that we know what is right for us and what is wrong for us, and we start making our own choices, and we often have disputes with our parents and we disagree with them on certain topics because we think that we have matured enough to take our own decisions and to decide what is right and what is wrong. To add one more point, I would like my teammate Siddharth to continue with the answer.
Self-awareness is something which is very important in a child. The child should be self-aware and he should know what is wrong and right for him. He should not let anyone take advantage of his innocence or his weaknesses. And so children should be told and they should be made aware about what they should do and what they can do if they face something like a child abuse. They should not keep it to themselves. They should try to express this to their adults so that action can be taken. Thank you.
I would also like to add another point. We often get intimidated by fear of the teacher, but the children should have presence of mind that they know when to get feared and respect the teacher and when to take action against them. Just like in the case, we have when the teacher was thrashing the child badly, the children must a presence to stop teaching or run out of that. That is also an important characteristic that children should have. Thank you.
So very well answered, team. Still, I'm looking forward to more prominent things which you might learn or think post the event. But here I would like to conclude as for your reference or understanding. As you said, self-awareness, it is an individual thought. You have to, or rather, we have to understand that social responsibility is not of others, it is of ours. And as Jayaji was talking about, the sense of righteousness brings courage to you, and awareness gives you understanding and allows you to be compassionate and humble at the same time. So it is very important to be righteous, where you can understand that yes, अगर अधर्म है तो है, फिर वहां कौन है सामने, ये चीज मायने नहीं रखती. So, for anybody moving ahead in the society, has to understand the value of righteousness, also the value of individuality of one's own self. As a 13 years old, there were all other students who were of the same age. They could have gone out and asked for help. So, asking for help is also your strength, it is not weakness, which you have to understand as a teenager. A lot can be covered, or rather, easily and taken care of if you as individuals can go out and ask for help if required. So that we should understand that the children didn't ask for help, it was a school, right? So presence of mind is needed. That characteristic that is required. So I'm not going to take much more time. Let's go ahead with the other parts of the event. Thank you so very much for answering such a beautiful way.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your developments.
Thank you, ma'am, for your thought provoking perspective. Moving ahead, we have Ms. Aditi Mathur. Ma'am, your question, please.
Yeah. Thank you, students. This is a serious topic, and you have dealt with it with utmost sincerity. Your clarity of thought is commendable. Child abuse is completely unacceptable, and I agree with all the points that you made. But now we're talking about education and students and a school setup, right? And in education, a process is important. So I want to flip the side to this discussion, be a little bit of a devil's advocate here, and ask you a simple question. Discipline is a crucial part of the process. While abuse of any sort is not okay, is not acceptable, not but discipline is right. Discipline is very important, not just in education but in life in general, right? So my question to you is, how do you as students think that teachers can aim for discipline instead of punishment? How do you think we can, what are the steps? It should not be fear, right? It should not be abuse of any kind. That is granted. But what do you think that we can bring about discipline, because in the process of education?
Thank you, ma'am. We would just like to conclude because this is a very wonderful question and it needs time to consider.
Team A, your time to consider starts now.
2 minutes remaining.
पंद्रह मिनट की ब्रेक वाली वीडियो। हाँ? 15 मिनट वाली वीडियो। 10 वाली।
15 की टाइमर लगाना है या क्या करना है? वीडियो चाहिए बीच में?
10 वाली डाल दी ना। 10 वाली जब 5 होगा तो कुछ धीरे धीरे। लेकिन हमने 15 वाली
का टाइमर डाल देते हैं।
नहीं, वैसे 15 की डालेंगे ना, उतनी देर ब्लैक स्क्रीन देखनी है।
15 मिनट अपना वो चला देंगे, फिर नोट वर्सेस वो।
हमें टाइम नोट करके रखना पड़ेगा ना, टाइमर चल रहा हो तो फिर
टाइम जज बैठा है मेरे पास।
नहीं टाइमर रखो।
उनका हो गया।
उनका भी ब्रेक हुआ।
हमारा बस 2 मिनट और।
गर्मी हो गई है, उधर भी गर्मी है अंदर। पहले हम बैठ गए थे, मैं ये सोच रहा हूँ कल क्या होगा, तो धूप
मैं यही सोच के मुझे गर्मी लग रही है, गला सूख रहा है। तो एक फैन लगा दें तो क्या हो जाएगा?
वो वाला लगा लो ताकि रोटेशन हवा की रहे।
ऐसे स्मूथ जा रहा है सर, कोई प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं है?
आज तो जैसा हमारे ग्राडी ले, हमारे थोड़े ग्राडी ले।
नहीं आवाज आ रही है। ये होता है।
कम पे करो। इस रूम में ऐसा बना है।
सर मैं कौन बना रहा है?
दिनेश
एक नंबर पर।
जैसे
kindly answer?
Yes, team A, you can start.
Now, what is discipline? Discipline is a code of conduct in a life which teaches us to live a life in a more simple way and in a more systematic way. And if discipline is not in a life, then our life could be in jeopardy. Like, for example, when we wake morning, we fulfill a duty. The first duty that comes to our mind is to make our bed. If we make our bed in such a way, then it will be like we have accomplished the first task of the day, and it will motivate us to live the life in a more disciplined way and have no problems in our life.
Every step we take in our life to achieve our goals is requires discipline to the utmost, including this competition. The organized discipline centers a course of action. You might be thinking, why is this needed? This is because so that the competition is held in a smooth manner and there is no jeopardy between the participants. This shows that discipline is required at every step. Discipline at the same time inculcates the social behavior between the people and between the person and other people. This creates a sense of bond, and you can achieve your goals in a more factful and at the same time you can achieve your goals at such a success rate. Everybody will start will assure was a disciplined person. That's why he or she will achieve their goals.
The upbringing of the parent also play a very crucial role in a child's discipline of a child's life. As our parents are our first teachers, we learn what teachers, we learn by observing, child learns by observing, and the most people that a child is most people that child sees, the people that child trusts the most and learns from are his or her parents. So the way that the child is brought up is also a major factor in the discipline of a child.
Adding up to Praneeth's point, if we talk about how can discipline can be inculcated more for education, every school has its own set of norms and regulations which are to be strictly followed by every child in school. Education also plays a very important role in this. Every lesson, English, Hindi, or even subjects such as science and maths, have some or the other content which show how discipline is needed for basically for solving a maths question. You need to use a formula. The formula can be used as a discipline, through which only you might be able to achieve your solution and get more success. Children who always follow discipline are generally look after their parents as well as the teachers. But that is because they are assured that whatever the teachers teach, the student can extract it to the utmost and use it in his future. These are the few ways in which discipline can be inculcated into the life of a child.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shubham. That was great. It's amazing to see, once again your clarity of thought. Are you done?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I thought someone was speaking. Okay, so yeah, correct. I agree with your points. Also, my point was towards relating the punishment with discipline, and I think that discipline, unlike punishment, is proactive and begins before there are problems, right? It means seeing conflict or seeing problems as an opportunity to solve for it. And like I said, there needs to be ways to discipline, but it need not be fear forward, right? It needs to be for us to build a society. And I think you nailed the point. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your insightful question. Very well answered, team A. Overall, you people have given an exceptional presentation. Now we'll move ahead for the 15 minutes break, after which we'll meet again and Team B will present their case. So we'll be observing a 15 minutes break.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to present our statements.
You're most welcome.
Two, one, go. 10 minutes remaining.
बुक पे ये पता है क्या होगा लिखना किसी और ने होगा जिसकी बुक है उसने नहीं लिखा होगा लिख सकता है
उसमें ये उसकी की रहता है कि आप ये पढ़ा रही होगी ये लोग पीछे बैठ के उस पर लिख रहे थे और they forgot to do it.
नहीं actually पता क्या है this lady actually I don't think this is the same lady but इसी नाम से कोई है मिया खलीफा जो मैंने सर्च किया
ये है लिखने से पॉइंट्स है
हाँ वो एक अलग है और ओलंपिक्स वाली अलग है कि सही मैं पता नहीं मिया खलीफा एक ओलंपियाड भी है और ये भी है तो इसने सर्च किया होगा उसमें ये लिखा होगा तो कैसे बच्चे हैं यार 7th क्लास में इनको इतना जनरल नॉलेज इतना हाई है जनरल नॉलेज की बुक है तो सारे जी की अच्छी
इस बार तो एवरीवन इज वेरी रिलैक्स पिछली बार याद है
पिछली बार तो कुछ ज़्यादा ही
पिछली बार तो बहुत ज़्यादा
सर में हर दिन के भी तो 2 सेशन थे मैम बैक टू बैक सेशन था ब्रेक वो पता नहीं चलता था कब हो गई
फिर मॉर्निंग में फिर आफ्टरनून ऐसा भी था ना
8 minutes remaining.
थोड़ी क्या है
मैं थोड़ा डोर ओपन करके थोड़ी देर वेंटिलेशन हुआ तो मेरे सफोकेटेड हो गए
कल आपने कैसे बैठा है अभी तो
मेरे को वैसे बहुत दिन लगती है यार बस साड़ी में तो वैसे ही
सर्दी में भी मैं सुबह नहीं गया
बच्चे लेकिन हार्डली कोई होगा जो डेली
वो ना है उसके
कभी कभार स्किप कर लेते हैं ना बच्चा
अभी आदत सुधर गई है तो व्हेन ही वाज बोर्न एक दिन हमने उसको नहीं नहलाया था सुबह उसने तो कान खा लिए थे पूरे दिन। उसकी मालिश वाली बोलती थी तूने फोन पे गाय दाल कर दिया भाई को बस सारा गाँव दो
बच्चों में बिजी है तो अच्छा है। पर जैसे आज वेदर था तो बच्चे मोस्टली मुझे लगता है स्किप ही करेंगे।
आज गर्म पानी होता तो उस दिन वो ठंडे पानी उसके मैंने बोला अपने हस्बैंड को कि यार इसका मुँह धुला दो, कह रहे यार स्कूल ऐसे बिना नहाए जाएंगे, हिला दो ठंडे पानी से नहा कर। तब मौसम ठीक था, आज मेरी खुद की हिम्मत जवाब देगी।
रियल डिफेंस टाइम।
Five minutes remaining.
पानी भिजवा
रुको मैं बोलती हूँ बीच में साइड में।
अरे फोन नहीं करना
मेरे को किसी लेना तो ले लो। मेरे कभी कभार मुझे ध्यान नहीं रहता।
Minutes remaining.
बोला किसी को लिखा कोई पेन तो इसको बोलो अभी से आवाज आ रही है
दिखने नहीं चेक कर दिया मैं तो एक वाले में 1.5 घंटा लग गया ऑलमोस्ट, है ना?
मुझे लग रहा है 3 बज गए आज। रिजल्ट भी आएगा।
एक्चुअली अभी रिजल्ट के लिए रुकना पड़ेगा,
रिजल्ट के लिए भी 10 मिनट वेट करना पड़ेगा।
क्योंकि बार वाला फटाफट नहीं पड़ जाता, क्योंकि रूल्स नहीं पढ़ने, इंट्रोडक्शन नहीं देने, कुछ नहीं
वो है
करना,
पर लेट भी।
और केस भी छोटा सा ही है।
फिर रिपीटेड जजेस हैं यहाँ पर जगह। जजेस अलग जजेस तो हो सकते हैं।
3 minutes remaining.
आपसे सर्वर में गूगल आया था ना टेस्ट, तो मैं क्लास में टेस्ट लेने गई, लैंग्वेज ओवररेटेड बोर्ड वो नहीं चल रहा। हमारे we used to write on smart board.
अब आज ही बोर्ड आ रही है सर
लाइटिंग वाला बेस्ट रहता है, डबल काम अक्सर हो जाता है।
वो छोटी क्लासेस में लगना चाहिए, पता है, क्योंकि उसमें वो आप सेव भी कर सकते हो।
मैं डिग्री कॉलेज में पढ़ाया था, वहाँ पर वही था, इतना इजी रहता था।
ये भी क्या कहते हैं, मेरे को बहुत टाइम बाद मैंने यहाँ पर आके चॉक से यूज़ करना शुरू किया। आदत ही छूट गई थी, अगर बोर्ड का स्मार्ट बोर्ड नहीं है तो भी फिर भी मार्कर और वाइट बोर्ड होता था, इसकी आदत ही छूट गई।
चॉक तो वैसे ही बड़ा होगा, मार्कर वाला को वाइट बोर्ड बेस्ट रहता है।
और नहीं वाइट बोर्ड स्मार्ट बोर्ड कोई भी
स्मार्ट बोर्ड वाला।
और ये क्या नाम है बाकी सब ठीक है। 9th 10th में फिर भी बड़ा कर है। 9th में जाओ 9th में तो कितना चलो एक क्वेश्चन भी पूरा नहीं होगा।
Time's up.
दो दिन का जहाँ निकलो पूरा स्कूल को बच्चे का करना फिर दिन में मौसम खराब थी फटाफट वालों की ये तलाश हो गई थी तो हम खाए ले रहे हैं खाना। मैं तो ऐसे जाऊँगा मैंने शॉप से चप्पल लगी थी मैंने हाँ मैं रोड चप्पल पहनी मैं फ्रॉक पहने हुए तो जाना मैंने ऑर्डर गाड़ी खड़ी क्या तो आई और मैंने बड़े दिन बाद वो भी तो बच्चा
Welcome back, everyone. I request everyone to switch on the cameras. We'll wait for Miss Himangi Arora to join.
बाकी फाइनलाइज को मांगी को क्या हो जाएंगे हाँ चलिए
Now we have everyone on board, so let's start. We had some very intriguing and magnificent ideas from both the teams in the previous match. Now it's time for Team B to present their case. Team B, I'll now read your case study. The title of your case study is District Collector's Responsibility to Conduct Fair Elections. You are a district collector of a city which is scheduled to go to polls in a week. The responsibility to conduct fair elections has been given to you. However, suddenly your mother suffers a heart attack and has to be admitted to a hospital in your home district, which is at a distance of 250 kilometers from the district of your posting. Doctors informs you that she needs to be shifted in an ICU and her chances of survival are bleak. You are the only child and want to be with her and your family at this moment. Your plea for an emergency leave has been rejected by the Election Commission. Team B, now my question to you is, as a district collector, how can you balance between in this situation, personal and professional life? And you have 10 minutes to present your argument. Team B, your 10 minutes starts now.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are here to discuss a problematic yet interesting case about a district collector and how he has to choose between his career and his family. Everybody knows blood is thicker than water, but in this case, it is not that easy. I, as a district collector, am forced to choose my mother or my career. During the election time period, which is quite important for me, my mother suffers a serious heart attack and needs to be admitted in a hospital. Since the situation is quite severe, she needs to be admitted in an ICU. The only problem is this hospital is in my hometown, 250 kilometers away from my workplace. How am I supposed to visit her? On one hand, my duty as a district collector is to ensure that the elections are free and fair. I must make sure that everything runs smoothly and safely. But as a daughter, I need to be there for the person who raised me. She is the one who made me what I am today. And if her chances of survival are bleak, I need to be there for her in her last moments. I cannot be in two places at once. What is it that a district collector must do so that I can have professional and personal balance in life?
Firstly, we must be familiar with what the duties of a district collector are. The district collector is the administrative head of the district and also the head for conducting free and fair elections. As we know that election is a prolonged process. As soon as the election commission announces the date of the election, I'll provide special supervision to the areas. I'll check the voters list. I'll check whether no money force and man force is being used in camping and will provide special care to some areas. For example, during any security reason, I'll request the ECI to provide some forces, such as the paramilitary forces, in the affected areas. These duties are responsible for the nation, but the district collector is responsible for his mother too. I am torn between my duties as a district collector and as a son. Life is a constant oscillation between sharp horns of death. What do you think we should do in this situation, Aryan?
So to answer the questions, case study and the scope of action that can be followed here is, firstly, we will admit our mother in the hospital in our hometown, and moreover, we can get our close relatives that can visit her in our house. Secondly, we can make sure that she gets the best medical attention as possible. Thirdly, as soon as her conditions get better, we can try to convince her about the situation at hand and how important it is. I'm sure that after all, she has reached the district collector. She must understand the importance of the situation. Fourthly, as soon as she gets better, we can shift her to a hospital close by where I can visit her more often. As the saying goes, when duty calls, that's where the character counts. We must balance our duty as district collector with the responsibility of being a only child of a mother. What we can do here is that firstly we will assemble a team that are all equally skilled and they can take over whenever I have to go somewhere urgently to my mother. Secondly, we can also make sure that the election committee is well aware about the condition of my mother. And if the situation gets worse, I can again apply for leave, and I'm sure no one will be so heartless to reject it again. Thirdly, when the district electing duty and my mother responsibility must be going on at the same time. As the duty takes a very long time to complete, I can manage both at the same time. Now to sum the case study up, I would like to pass it to Niharika.
Over here, we're in a really tricky situation. We're torn between twin obligations. And either you have to serve the nation, which you have taken the oath to serve the past with, or it's either that you go to your mother, the one who came to this. A suitable example of this case can be seen in the case of Virat Kohli. Back in 2006, he had a cricket match. That match was going to determine his career, whether he could the Indian cricket team or not. But on that very same week, his father had a heart attack. He too was torn between duties, whether he should choose his career or whether he should choose his family. We should try to put ourselves into the shoes of the district collector. You're under immense psychological and emotional pressure. You can't think rationally about it, but that does not mean that you have to let your emotions take over you in such cases. You have to make the right decision. You can't let your personal life interfere with your professional life, but you can't let it restrict and take control on your emotions or personal life as well. Your mother has raised a district collector. She knows all the UPSC you went through. She knows how much emotional intelligence was tested when you gave those exams. She will surely understand your problem. Once she stabilizes, you can FaceTime her. Or when the elections are over, you can go and visit her. There should not be such a case in which you're letting your profession or your personal life influence each other. Mother raised a district collector, but that does not mean that you can neglect the one who got you into. Thank you, everyone.
That was a wonderful communication of thoughts and ideas, and I'm sure that the worthy judges will agree with me. Team A, you have 2 minutes to confer, after which you will present your summary and will pose maximum of 2 questions to Team B. And your time to confer starts now. APS Aknoor, kindly put yourself on mute. APS Aknoor, put yourself on mute. APS Kanpur, you are requested to switch on your camera. APS Kanpur.
It is time.
We cannot see you.
Ma'am, the camera is on. We can
I'm
see
very
ourselves
we
now.
try to look in nice.
Ma'am, is it visible now?
No, still we cannot see you. But you are not visible on the screen, ma'am.
Ma'am, are we visible?
No, you are not visible and your voice is also cracking.
Ma'am, working properly there.
You're not at all audible. APS Kanpur.
Ma'am, please Ma'am, are you visible now? Can you hear us, ma'am?
No, we are not able to see you. You can switch your device otherwise.
APS Kanpur, we are still, you are not visible.
Ma'am, are we audible?
Yes, you are audible, but your camera is turned off. Yes, now we can see you.
Shall we? Ma'am, shall we?
Yes, you can start.
Thanks for the wonderful presentation, TB. It was filled with facts, and I totally agree with the statements that you gave. But I would like to elaborate the case even more by stating that some other options available to us were that the fact that the case study states that we had a week before the election poll gives us time to go and meet our mother before the election by taking special permission. As the district collector, we have the advantage of better transportation, and faster and better transportation will help us in going to meet our mother. Other than this, the increase in technology in the field of healthcare gives us an advantage. The advantage here is that we can tell the doctor to give us virtual information about our mother, about the meeting and what's going on. There can be a virtual meet that people can schedule for me so that I can interact with my mother on a daily basis. Other two points
Your voice is, APS Kanpur, your voice is cracking. We are not able to hear what people are saying. Yes, but in between your voice is cracking.
Right.
You can continue.
As we all know, the mother is always the same to the time born of her life. So, the bond between the mother and the child could also not be divided. Also, we can also add the essence of democracy. How everyone type of democracy see what it is, and what are the different ways in which it actually treat the people. Now, I would like quickly to ask questions. My first question for TB that the district should participate is what kind of fairness of the election process, especially if she is the only person who can oversee
APS Kanpur, we are very sorry to interrupt, but we cannot hear you at all.
Yes, APS Kanpur, your voice is cracking in between, and we are not able to make out what you people are saying.
Can you either repeat the question or can you send the questions in chat if that helps?
Yes,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
it will take us 2 minutes to type. Ma'am, it will take 2 minutes. We're just sending in the chat.
Can I intervene?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I think can be an executive from the host side, and there can be a communicator of the statements marked by the students, maybe live or anybody who can be there as a coordinator for them, because
Yeah,
this
ma'am.
is clear case for the lack of internet access. So
We'll communicate with the coordinator, ma'am, and we'll get back very soon.
yeah, so if it can be a help to them, this will be a better thing to do.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
So, ma'am, what do you have now? Ma'am, can you hear us?
No, your voice is still cracking.
Ma'am, actually, from our side, everything is fine. The network, everything is.
Maybe if you can, yes, yes.
Yeah. In our side, I think it is all the technical things have gone and after this guys checking your hospital and everything is fine.
Can you switch your device, or either you can use the external mic?
I mean, that's
Switch the device, or otherwise you can use the external mic. Yes, APS Kanpur.
Ma'am, are you audible now?
Yes, you are in a better stage.
So, ma'am, now can we fill our questions?
Yes, you can present your,
Should
yes.
we should we directly?
Your voice is still cracking. We are not able to make. No, it's still cracking.
APS Kanpur, we would like to suggest that if your internet connection isn't really working that well, then you guys can just send the questions in the chat box that is available. I think that will help and I think it will reduce the time, I guess.
But they need to present the
actually we
case as well. So, are you
yeah, we need
trying
to,
to
so it won't help us.
are you trying to switch the device? APS Kanpur.
Yes, ma'am, the process is going on, ma'am. It will take 2 more minutes, ma'am.
Okay,
We've just logged in case something, yeah, yes, ma'am. Just give us 2 minutes.
okay.
Okay,
First we have to take over the answer.
मुझे हमारे यहाँ पे सब कुछ पता है, मुझे नहीं पता चलता है कि प्रोसेस चल रही है। इट इज टेकिंग मोर टाइम वो कानपुर वाला रिजॉल्व करने के लिए। हम लोग एक एक जजेस के क्वेश्चन पे आते हैं, उसके बाद फिर वो वाला कर लेंगे, ठीक है? तो
As it is taking long,
ma'am,
ma'am, can we seek your
permission
permission that we can start with the judges' question first?
Jaya
Jaya,
ma'am?
ma'am?
Yes, yes. Go ahead. I am ready.
Okay, ma'am.
So, yeah, APS Aknoor, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So, my question is, don't you think election commissioner lack emotional quotient? Means there is always second in command who could have taken over the election duties. The district collector's house was just 250 kilometers away. So he could have asked him to go in the evening and come back in early morning. Or he could, if the situation permit, he could allow him to go charter a chopper for him so that he can go and visit his mother within few hours. Or he could allow him to can continuously keep on his video call to contact with his mother. What do you think? EQ is lacking in election commissioner. Emotional quotient.
Yes,
APS Aknoor?
Can we take 2 minutes?
Yes, you have 2 minutes to confer, and your time to confer starts now.
Congratulations. Please like and subscribe.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Can you start
yes,
the
go
question,
ahead.
please? Ma'am, first of all, excellent question, ma'am. We agree with most of the points you said. Ma'am, first of all, as you mentioned that we can travel from one place to another, but ma'am, that would mainly reduce the work quality as we would be mentally and physically tired. Secondly, as we already mentioned in my in our speech, that we will assign a team that can take the workload and make it a little easier for us. Thirdly, we are appointed district collector for a reason. We can't just ditch it to the second in command. We have lots of years of experience, and we can't just make a excuse or that our mother is sick and ditch that workload. We have a duty. As my teammate, they will further elaborate about it.
Exactly, ma'am. Just like my fellow teammate Aryan said, we have pledged to the nationwide slogan of Satyamev Jayate. It is our first priority to complete our work because even our mother has raised a district collector and IS officer. So it is our first priority to look for our work. Thank you, ma'am.
Great children. Very well presented. Next judge can take over.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Sorry for inconvenience. We were just sorting out the issue with APS Kanpur.
Hello, ma'am. Are we visible?
Yes,
Are we
now,
audible?
yes, now you are audible and you are visible as well. Okay.
Ma'am, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me? APS Kanpur? APS Kanpur?
Since we are following this pattern कि अभी जजेस का स्टार्ट हो गया तो उनको
As we have started with the judges round, we'll be going with next question. Ms. Himangi Arora, ma'am.
So, excuse me, ma'am, are we audible? Is APS Kanpur here?
Yes, you are audible. But we have started with the judges.
Person has been appointed as the district collector. What is exactly is expected from the person is not just the work, is not just the mother and the social things. It's about understanding the stakes that are involved in the election, and of course there has to be a very systematic working that needs to be done in the crisis, because there is already a crisis where the person's mother is in the hospital, and there is another crisis that might erupt in the situation where the elections are right the corner. So my question is, what solution the person would look forward to combat the situation? Because bringing the questions on board is easier than finding the solution. I'm looking forward to a solution, an appropriate solution, so that your IQ can match the EQ, because for me, intelligence and emotional quotient have to be in place, and we are in the country where we have been taking up the theory of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So it is more about stakes, not about the relationship, neither with the profession nor with the personal life.
Thank you so much for your question, ma'am. Can we take 2 minutes?
Yes, you have 2 minutes to confer, and your time to confer starts now.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Is Kanpur here? Are we audible?
Yes, you are audible. Yes, you are audible. APS Kanpur.
Ma'am, after the jury questions, can we comment and pose the questions?
Yes, after jury question, we will come back to you.
Okay, ma'am. Thank
Thank
you,
you so
ma'am.
much, ma'am.
Sorry.
No issues at all.
Okay.
But I was admitted in hospital from our house.
पहचान रही हो ना आपको? So that I was in
जब मैं पहले आती थी
अच्छा ओके आपने मीटिंग भी बोल देना so hello
पुराना मुझे लगता है मेरे तो भाई आपको समझी अपने लोग फाइनली भी आके कमाने नो नो for some more time मैं मालूम है
सर्जरी किसका ये कौन से
सीधे
का
चिकन
Congratulations. Please like and subscribe.
Yes, Team B, you can start.
Okay, ma'am. First of all, excellent question. And I would like to say you mentioned stakes. We are aware of the stakes that are present in election. We know how important it is for the country. We know it can affect the future. We know that in the last election there were several issues, whether it be related to polling or bribery. That's why we will do our job with utmost sincerity. We will appoint people who are extremely skilled of this. That covers for the IQ. Whereas in the EQ, we will provide the best medical care possible to our mother. And while she will be at the back of our head every second, we must focus on our job at hand. And also, to become an IAS officer, to become a district collector, we must go through several levels of UPSC exams that test our IQ, EQ, and every aspect of our personality and knowledge. A district collector must have cleared so many levels that he has reached a point where he knows how to balance his IQ and his EQ. Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, any further question?
So you said you will be appointing the best team for your mother and you will be appointing the correct people for the monitoring of the election. Am I correct? Is this the point of view?
Yes, it is, ma'am.
Okay. So in the situation where you want to be as the district collector, you want to be with your mother because there is nobody else. In the case study, it's marked that there is no sibling. In that situation, what do you think? Is it going to be this easy? This is about crisis management. It is not about finding solutions on the ground. It is about when your nerves are losing, you don't know what to do, where to go, whom to ask. There is a situation where there can be riots, and on the other hand, in a day, maybe in an hour, you might lose your mother. So that is a pretty critical situation. Appointing people cannot be the situation for that matter.
Ma'am, that is a very excellent question, and it is totally justifiable. The question that you. The thing is that since it is my hometown, most likely we will know the people there, and other family members are also going to be present there. I know that we are the only child of our mother. We will obviously take care of our mother. We are bound to take care of our mother. We have that emotional connection with the one who gave the birth. But we will be appointing other family members who are equally as close to us, who are equally as close to her. Also, since we are appointing the best medical care for her, we will be assured that she won't be getting into any further risk. Also, when her condition stabilizes, we can definitely FaceTime her. Since times have advanced, we are definitely going to use technology to connect with her, and we can definitely explain like why we couldn't visit her. And obviously, as soon as the elections are over, as soon as all the duties are fulfilled correctly, we will go to visit her as soon as possible, or maybe we will try to get her shifted to a nearby hospital so we can visit her in the meantime. Thank you.
Thank you, team.
Thank you, ma'am, for your question. Moving ahead, our third judge, Miss Aditi Mathur. Ma'am, your question, please.
Thank you. Thank you, kids. So this is a question which is specifically about elections, but this situation is not very foreign to say the army, people serving in the army, the conflict between duty and the families, right? So I'll take it a step further and ask you a question. Our ethical responsibility to our family versus our ethical responsibility to our duty. How do you suggest that the district collector in this particular situation should manage her or his responsibilities between the duty to his job, her job, and the family? Because while we would like to think that it is a clear cut solution in our heads, it might not always be. I'll repeat again for clarity. What I'm looking for is, what do you suggest that you've taken one route? You've said that we will take care of our mother via technology and via going wherever possible, and we will put our duty to the nation, to the citizens first. In that case, how do you ethically manage the expectations, the responsibility, while not failing the family side? Am I clear?
Yes, definitely, ma'am. Ma'am, we would like minutes to confer the answer.
Yes, you have 2 minutes to confer, and your time to confer starts now.
Two minutes remaining.
Yes, APS Akru, you can start.
Yes, ma'am. Can you start, ma'am?
Yes.
First of all, ma'am, excellent question. Completely agreeing with the points here. Ma'am, first of all, I would like to say that as a district collector, we have to stand upon the millions of aspirants, the millions of hopes people have on us to conduct free and fair elections that will later lead to a selection of the government that will run this country. That is changing the life of billion people. Moreover, ma'am, I would like to give an example of my own father here. During the COVID times, my grandmother had fallen sick very severely, and she had to be admitted in the hospital. My dad himself also put forward a leave, but it was not granted due to there was a red alert, and even the lieutenant general was at my posting. Ma'am, but that does not mean that my father wasn't thinking about my mother 24/7. His mind was only at that point, ma'am, but still, that does not mean that his work had suffered. His work was on point, but his concern for my dad's mother was also on point. Ma'am, moreover, as soon as the red alert got removed, my dad rushed over here. And, ma'am, as it is, ma'am, today, ma'am, at my own house, my grandmother is hanging out with my younger sibling. So now I would like to pass it over to Niharika for the rest of the answer.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, you gave the example of RA officer, right? And Aaron also explained it very elaborately in his case as well, which was very emotional for him to discuss as well. If you see that there are Jawans who participate in border areas, don't even have the internet connection. They die before they even get to see their newborn baby. They die before they get to see their family. If you take example of Captain Vikram Batra, for example, he could have backed off, but he didn't. He could have tossed his family back in Kanpur, who was waiting for him to come back. His fiancée who was waiting for him to come back, but he didn't. He chose his duty. My mother, in this case, has reached a district collector. She knows that I am able to fulfill my job. Even he would be proud to know that I handled the situation very carefully, that I appointed the best medical care for her, and I also took care of the millions of people who had put their trust on me for the free and fair election. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. That was good. Thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. Now we'll come back
Thank you,
to
ma'am.
APS Kanpur. APS Kanpur, you can start presenting your case.
Thank you, ma'am. And it was a very good presentation by Team B. You really covered all the facts. Everything was perfect. But just to further elaborate the case, I would like to mention that as the case states that there is 1 week for the election poll to take place, this gives us an advantage to go and meet our mother, which will let us put a leave application, which will help us to go and meet our mother. The fact that she has good transportation as we are the district collector also will help us in this situation. Other than that, technology in medical field has improved over the years, and we can use this technology to stay connected with our mother. In this case, we can tell the doctor to send us the reports of our mother on a day-to-day basis so that we can check on her. A virtual meet can also be scheduled so that we can talk to her after we have completed our job.
Adding up to Siddharth's point, there are many other points that have been added in this presentation. What could have been the bond between the mother and the child? As we all accept the fact that the mother is always the same in the child's life for life. Without the mother, the child can't have a stable life. So, for the district collector, what is the essence of the mother? How the mother has shaped this child to become at such a post. Also, other than that, what should have been added is the essence of elections. How elections are important for a democracy, and what are the ways in which the elections create a sense of heartbeat in the people. Now, I would like to pose some of the questions. My post his question.
So my first question isn't directly linked to the case, but it is pretty much the same. So the district collector has a very huge responsibility on his shoulder. So he should have appropriate measures and arrangements if some personal issue or something arises. So should he have anticipated the possibility of any personal emergency and should have made contingency plans accordingly.
The second question for team B is, what are the main factors which cause such period of stress and tension during elections at different stages? Thank you.
Can you please repeat the second question? I couldn't hear it properly.
The second question, as I'm repeating, the second question is, what are the main factors which cause such periods of stress and tension during elections at different stages?
Yes, so thank you for your excellent questions. Ma'am, can we take 2 minutes to go with them?
Yes, you have 2 minutes to confirm and you can come back after 2 minutes. Yes, AP Saknu, you have 5 minutes to present.
Yes, ma'am. For the first question, excellent question by the way. But my dear friend, I think that no one will think that their mother will have a heart attack. And moreover, it doesn't matter if we had a backup plan or not. It matters is what we do from now. What is the course of action regarding it? As I've already mentioned in my theory, that the course of action can be, first of all, appointing the best care for her so that she has the comfort as much as she needs. Second of all, we can ensure her that we are here for her. We can send our family members which she feels comfortable with. And lastly, as soon as she gets better, we can appoint a personal or full-time nurse, and moreover, we can also visit her when she shifts in a nearby hospital.
And to answer the second question, well, it has already been clearly explained in the case study that you are basically asking us to explain the ethical dilemma. And obviously, we are in a severe pressure, psychologically and physically both, as we have to choose between the mother who gave us the birth and between the job that we have pledged upon.
The, the problem faced here The problems here about the jobs are that from the last elections, we have seen that there have been polling issues, bribery issues, and even man cost and money. So these are the problems which we are facing in our duties and our personal life.
Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, everyone. There were some very engaging questions by the judges, and both the teams have answered the questions very well. With this, we have come to the end of yet another round of intense and lively discussion. We will now take a 15-minute interlude for compilation of the results, which would be followed by the declaration of the results for the today's ethics ball match. We'll be taking a 15 minutes interlude.
Two, one, go. 10 minutes remaining.
अच्छा हम रिजल्ट बनाना है यहीं खड़े
आपने बोला था जिसने बोला तो नहीं मेरे को पता ही है
मानसी मैम
हाँ मानसी मैम उनको एक बार रिजल्ट्स और ग्रुप में किसको भेजना किसको है ग्रुप में भेजना है ना यही कल बात
Judges, you are requested to send the result sheet on the WhatsApp group created.
इसको थकावट होगी अपना करेगी तो पूरा नहीं करती
करना क्या पार्ट
जबरदस्ती सब्स्टिट्यूशन लगवा लो बैड हो यहाँ पे और किया क्या बुक चेक
Ma'am, can I take a question with the children? I need to talk to the children in the time the judgment comes. Are the children ready?
Yes, ma'am, you surely can.
The children, are the children there?
APS Akhnoor and APS Kanpur.
Yes, ma'am. With them.
First of all, I would like to say that for that, because of that internet glitch and all, when I talk about the second in command, the second in command is actually equal to the IS commissioner, the district administrator only. Might be a little less experience or a PCS officer. First point. So he is equal. Never mind. It is okay. Now my second question is, we talk about child abuse. And in child abuse, we say that if the child's needs are not provided, then it is also a child abuse. Clear? So my question is, children, when we talk about meritorious students and the government says we will give you scholarships, you are a very good student and you are a meritorious students, but when you fill up the forms and you find that your father's pay is not meeting the limit, it is above the limit, so you are denied the scholarship. Okay, my question is, I want that you should take some steps that, of course, CBSE or whichever the institution, government institutions are providing the scholarships, they are getting the money from somewhere, they are not generating the money. So why the sense of achievement being taken away from this child? The CBSE or the other institution can take the money from the parents, make a account from that particular parents, from the particular child's parents, and give the scholarship to the child. At least his sense of achievement should not be taken away. Whomsoever is giving the money for the scholarship doesn't matter. It matters the child should get the sense of achievement of his work, hard work. Do you agree with me or not?
Yes, ma'am. We surely agree.
So what steps will you take to fight for your this thing? You are not saying that the government should give money to the economically weaker section students. But your father can give money to CBSE and the CBSE can give money to you. It is rather asking your father to give you the money. Isn't a good opportunity to have a certificate that yes, we have got scholarship? Take over.
Yes,
Where
ma'am.
to approach for the same? Think over and where should you approach for the same?
Ma'am, can we continue or we should start on that?
Pardon?
Ma'am, can we confirm or should we start?
Whatever, it is not going to, we are not going to judge you, but I think this awakening is needed. Why this child is always begging in front of the father to give me the money? Might be for father, we can't say that the rich father is always a good father. He may deny sometimes, you are wasting the time. But if it is in your account by the CBSE, you will feel it's my money, isn't it? You will feel pride of, I have also got a scholarship. Why that pride being taken by a rich parent's child? Yes.
Like you stated, ma'am, the person who pays the money for the scholarship doesn't matter. And the fact that the student or the child should get motivated and should feel a sense of achievement, it should be the priority. And so, as per my knowledge, there is this kind of scholarship where you get into the college that you want. You do your, the course, and then once you start earning from it, you start paying back for the scholarship. So this is a very good way to promote scholarships as well as to not take away the feeling of achievement from the students.
And ma'am, in colleges, in prestige colleges like IIM Indore, there is a provision that when they interview you for the selection process, they check your father's income. Like if it's below 8 lakh per annum, they ensure that you get education loan as in low interest so that you can pay it off easily and you can study in a prestigious university like IIM Indore.
The main goal of scholarships, at first we may think that it is so that the child can experience a new horizon by going into a pristine college, even though he may not have ample amount of financial resources to do so. But at the same time, as you rightly stated, it creates a sense of confidence in the child that whatever the achievements he or she has faced, has achieved it during his meritorious studies, they can use it as a fact to improve their standard of education. At the same time, they can use the knowledge gained during these pristine colleges to help their father, who in turn not being able to pay enough for the scholarship, come up from their standard of living and improve it as time goes on.
Thank you.
Ma'am, can our team also answer the question, please?
Yeah, please think over, think over. I have put it on the CPSC parents portal also. Please don't take away my child's achievement, sense of achievement of getting the money. Because scholarship means if a child gets certificate, very good. But if he gets some money also, he feels very independent. So I have written on the CPSC portal also, please take money from me or from my husband, but give it to my child also. So that is what I feel. We are ready to pay. We are economically strong that we can pay the fee of the best of the college in the world for my child. But why not my child earn a little money from the from the institution for her whatever she has done. She gets the certificate, fine. Why not the money also which a economically weaker section child gets? Take from me, otherwise I'll be paying the fee. Why don't you take money from me? So there should be something. CBSE has never taken consideration of this section. Please do tell me what should I do and what can you do?
Ma'am, I definitely think that schools are definitely really responsible for the motivation that a child gets, and they're definitely responsible for the building of a child's personality and other aspects as well. If richer parents, who have more power and who are more financially independent or economically have more benefits, then they can definitely, provide some funds. They can definitely be sponsors of scholarships. And schools can definitely, take this into consideration, but that does not mean that the government should completely give all the educational loans and all the scholarships they are offering. They should not give them totally away and use them in other aspects. I personally participated in a competition a while ago. It was PM Yuva. I was supposed to write a book, and my topic back then was social justice. The result is yet to come, but when I got to know that I will also be getting a scholarship if my book gets selected, and if that book gets published, I will also have those benefits as well. So that definitely encouraged me a lot. That definitely made me feel like that I can also be a writer if I get selected by the government. If the government is going to provide me with such a big scholarship, then I am definitely motivated. Like, these things, when parents are also providing support, when the government is also providing support, a child is bound to get motivated. So I definitely think that schools and CBSE should work together on something, and they should, release new policies like they do every year.
Ma'am, moreover, what we can do is, ma'am, as you mentioned, that the parents of the child are very successful. They have a lot of financial money and power. Ma'am, but ma'am, oftentimes what happens is that, ma'am, the child is always under the shadow of the parents, ma'am. Sometimes the child also wants the identity of himself. Ma'am, and that can be created by multiple such events, ma'am. And ma'am, taking the scholarship away from him, ma'am, will only mean that he has to be always dependent on his parents. By getting the scholarship, he will feel confident. He will feel independent. And moreover, the famous saying goes, "Ma'am, Raja ka beta Raja nahi banta. Raja wo bante jo वफादार होता है." Thank you.
Yes, I agree with you. So we should do something, at least, no? We should do something that they also recognize our talent and give something to the child. मैं तो ये कह, I also say that father को unhappy कर दिया, he say I'll not give you money, then what? But the CBSE decided I'll give you the scholarship. The CBSE has to give the money, isn't it? But the father may refuse also. That is also a point.
Yes.
Definitely, ma'am.
Thank you everyone for your patience. I hope all the judges are with us and all the teams are with us.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you everyone for your patience. I'm sure this break would not have been a tranquil one, but we are finally ready with the results. And before I announce the result, I want to acknowledge the zeal and enthusiasm of both the participants team. And the main idea behind the ethics board is to develop students' intellectual abilities and capacities, to deepen their ethical understanding and reinforcement of the sense of ethical commitment. So, coming to the results for today, Team A, that is APS Aknoor, scored 161, and with the margin of 6 points, the winner of this today's match is Team B. Team A, APS Kanpur, with 167 points. APS Aknoor 161 points, APS Kanpur 167 points. I would like to take a moment to thank all of our distinguished judges who took out time from their busy schedule and graced us with their benevolent presence. Your time and dedication made it possible for us to reward the students for their creative efforts. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you to all the judges and the presenters. I want to thank the opponent team, TPA Sapnu. They were really great. I love their presentation and I love the auditing skills of them. Hats off to them. Thank you so much for participating in the competition.
Definitely, your
Congratulations, APS Kanpur. And thank you a lot.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you.
उनका रिजल्ट बन गया